So let's look at our first complete bar here. Now you can see a segno sign, which is a repeat sign, and a conventional sign that says repeat from this point. So they're just repeat marks, nothing to worry about for the moment. And we can see this run of notes, and you can see crotchet, quaver, triplet, crotchet, quaver, triplet, crotchet, quaver, triplet, crotchet, quaver, triplet, all the way through that first bar. And what that's going to give us is this. Have a listen to how it goes. So you get that kind of rumpty-tumpty-tumpty-tumpty feel, okay? Now, some people would write this out as a dotted quaver, semi-quaver, but that's really a bit sort of stiff. This is written out exactly how it sounds. And basically, you're going to count it 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, like that. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, bouncy, 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 that kind of idea. And you're going to see an awful lot of this throughout the tune. So in this bar number 1, don't forget the pickup bar is bar 0. So this bar here, the one I'm dealing with at the moment, is bar number 1. So we've just played this note here at the end of the pickup bar. We played a C note, finger 3, pulling. Now I'm going to push, same button. Now you can see a dagger underneath this note, because from the note before you can just leave your finger on the button like that, and just change the direction of the bellows to sound that note. You don't have to repress the button, but you can of course if you want to. So we've got B and D, so that's the note we started on, isn't it? B and D both on the push, that's our first beat. So fingers 3 and 4 both on the push, and then we come to, for me, button 4 might be button 3 for you, and you've got the second finger and you're pulling to get the note A, and then you go to the button below, push to get that B note again, which we started the bar on. So far, push, push, pull, push, and then we've got finger 2 where it was before, but this time we're pushing, still pushing. Now notice there's no push or a pull underneath this note, because the previous note was a push. Likewise here, see this D didn't have a push sign underneath it because the previous note was push. I only put a push or a pull if it's changing. So here this B was on the push, this G is also on the push. So we're here and we just pull out on the same button, so it's another what I call a dagger note. If I ever say dagger note, it simply means that you press once and get 2 notes. So G to A, and then we've got the first 2 notes that we played in the bar, which were B and D both on the push. So you've got B, D, A, B, G, A, B, D. So that is your right hand. One thing you should notice there is how little I'm moving the bellows when I'm changing direction. You don't have to yank at them, you don't have to drag them in and out a great deal, just a tiny amount is all you need. So the left hand here, G bass, D chord, G bass, G chord. So the bass notes are written as capital letters and the bass chords are written as little letters or lowercase letters. So G bass is button number 4 on the outside row, and we count from the top, so 1, 2, 3, 4 down the bottom there. I use my little finger on button 4 and my third finger on button 3 and my second finger on button 2 and my first finger on button 1 on both rows. Not everyone does that. A lot of people just use fingers 3, 2 and 1. Some only use fingers 2 and 1. I adopted this method a few years ago because I find it very logical. 1 finger per button, but of course the little finger is notorious for feeling a bit weak. You might struggle with it a bit, or you might not be able to reach some of the buttons with your fingers, depending on how long your fingers are, but if you can do it, it's really good. So we've got a G bass, button 4 on the push, little finger for me, and then we've got D chord, which is the button above, button 3 on the pull. So you've got G bass, D chord, and then you've got G bass, G chord, and the G chord's the same button as the D chord but pushed in. So in pushes and pulls, the bass line is push, pull, push, push, and the bass just falls on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look at these basses, they line up perfectly with the notes underneath. See here? and here and here. So if we put those two hands together, it sounds like this. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. And if we add the pickup bar to that, we've got this. Now I'm going to go back to the pickup bar and talk about this word syncopate. See if you can hear what the difference is. I'm going to play it straight again, so not syncopated. Now I'm going to count it in and I'm going to syncopate that first note and see if you can spot the difference. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear what happened there? What I did was I played that first note slightly earlier than I did when I played it straight. I'll count it in and play it straight. 1, 2, 3. So if I don't syncopate it, I bring that D note in, that very first note of the tune in bar naught, bang on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, a. But if I syncopate it, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So if I syncopate it, I bring it in early, halfway between beat 3 and beat 4. Now, depending on your musical prowess and your ear, you'll be able to do that or you won't. It crops up a lot in this tune, and rather than write it out exactly how it looks, which makes it look very complicated, I've written it out as a straight, but if you can feel it, do it. So I'm just going to give you that example again. So not syncopated, 1, 2, 3. And syncopated, 1, 2, 3. So if you syncopate it, you come in early on it, you kind of lean on it. It doesn't affect the position of this note. This note still comes where it does, whether it's straight or syncopated. It's this note here that comes earlier.